guys, today I'm experimenting with the blue face paint that I'm going to be using for my Loki costume at DragonCon, so I thought I would take you along for the ride. If you want to stay around and see me turn into a frost giant, please do. I'll be putting in the Sclera contact lenses about halfway through, so if that's all you're interested in, you can just fast forward to about halfway and you'll see that. Thanks. First, a look at the supplies that you'll need if you want to turn into a frost giant. I have my red Sclera contacts from 9mm Special Effects, a ton of blue face paint. I get this from Marin, and they're an amazing company, so if you have any interest in face paints, definitely go through them. And they also have this that sets it in place, so I use that over top of my face paint whenever I use it. Then this is what I use for the scars. So I put a base coat of the blue and then this, and then the brush and the little pad to apply. So let's begin. I'm probably going to speed this up quite a bit because otherwise you're going to end up watching an hour-long video, and yeah, I don't think YouTube or you would like that, so. And just put on the base coat real thick. And it would probably be smart to pull back my hair at this point. I'm blue. So, this is what we have so far. It's just a thick base coat. Now, our liquid latex experiment. You have to put this on pretty thick to be able to make the scars. And typically, having a steady hand would help. And you may have to do a couple layers to get the thickness that you desire. And feel free to do whatever scar patterns you want. I typically just do the basic Loki ones that people do fan art of, so. Once you have your basic outline, just touch up any areas and then let it dry. The more dry the liquid latex becomes, the more transparent it is. As you can see, it's all starting to disappear, but you can still see it from the side profile. So that's when we know we can go ahead and continue painting. Okay, now, if I was going to do the whole thing, this is about the point where I would bring this brush in and start doing my earlobes. But as I'm not going to go ahead and do the entire thing today, I'm just going to leave it at the face area. It's time to get these scleras. First things first, always make sure your hands are clean. There's nothing worse than putting in Sclera contacts when you have blue paint on your hands. It will hurt forever. So, make sure your contact is good and clean. And this is where putting in scleras gets a little difficult, since I can't really touch my face at this point. Have to master putting them in one-handed, which is not easy, but hey. Now for the second one. Ta-da! Alright, now we can get back to painting. And this is the fun part. Filling in all the gaps we left. Yeah, when you're into costuming, you kind of have to get over having fears of, painting your lips, putting things in your eyes, risking getting paint in your eye when you have scleras in. But it's totally worth it for the end result. And again, I'm not doing the entire thing this time, otherwise I'd paint into my hairline, paint down my neck, behind my neck, hands, everything. But this is just a tutorial on the face. Maybe at some other point in the future I'll do the entire thing for you. Of course, then even if I sped it up, it'd probably still be an hour-long video. And then I let it dry. And usually when it's drying, that's the point that I become completely too overcritical of myself and point out every single little flaw in it. Like, oh, there's a little bit of skin right there, and freak out. But again, this time I'm not doing the complete costume, so I'm just gonna let it slide, and you can come back later and see me freak out. Except I probably won't show you that part. I'll probably show you the completed, perfect look. Anyway, dry. What to do when it's drying. Now that it's dry, get to spray. Spritz it over the entire face. It sets it so that it can't smear, or at least doesn't smear nearly as easily. And here we have the end result. This is what happens when I actually have the entire thing painted on, really thick, perfected, have the scleras in, and then actually put on the full costume. And again, this is what I'm going to be wearing to DragonCon this year, so hey, look for the Jotun Loki. That's that, and then you just have a lot of scrubbing to get it all off.